Welcome to the Manhattan Project. This is day 7. I went to go see the Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature. I went down to the UA Court Street, so you can check out footage of that. There's nothing like seeing the Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, at 5:10 p.m. on a Thursday. I'm at the psychedelic Regal or UA Court Street 12. So the Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature, is about a group of rodents, so like squirrels, mice, chipmunks, that all live together in this park in this fictional city, who at the start of it, they think they're set for life because they live in this abandoned nut shop with nuts for life, but then the nut shop explodes and the park is going to get turned into a theme park, so they have no place to live and no source of food, so they have to fight the humans to get their park back. Take over the trailer.
On August 11th, join Will Arnett, Kathryn Heigl, Maya Rudolph, and Jackie Chan for the last family comedy event of the summer.
That is a lot of sugar for a little guy.
The Nut Job 2.
Simon, what'd you expect going into this film?
So my only knowledge of the Nut Job franchise was from like old commercials and reading the Wikipedia page for the first one, which kind of had a heist movie vibe to it, if I can remember correctly. So I expected there to be some sort of heistiness in this, which I like a good heist movie, so I was curious. Not necessarily dreading it as much as I could have been. Should have been. But what did I actually think? The Nut Job 2 is a zany but completely hollow and unfortunately just not that funny children's film that does have a few interesting ideas in it, but won't do much more than entertain kids. So yeah, we'll just start off with that heist comment. This movie has no heists in it at all. It's a very rote, animals are going to fight humans plot, and they're going to do it in ways you've seen before where they're going to like make the humans stung by bees, and they're going to break their equipment and do all that kind of thing. That was a bit of a shame to me, especially given that actually in the second half of the movie, when things progress a bit more, the film gets pretty creative. There's a sort of side martial arts bent that this movie has. There's a cameo by Jackie Chan in it as a mouse that leads another group of mice. When they decide to do things like that, which you wouldn't expect mice doing karate or whatever, then the movie actually sort of earns its level of visual insanity on screen. Like if people are just running around with their arms flailing, that's not necessarily funny to me. And yes, there were kids in my screening, and the kids did seem to enjoy it. One kid did say that it was the best movie he'd ever seen or something like that. So this is obviously a case where I'm not going to be the target audience. The things that could appeal to me is some of the humor. The movie does a good job at using like a subversion of expectation as the basis for humor. For example, there's a really silly joke where Will Arnett is trying to wrangle all the animals to do something. And he says, when the clock hits 9, we're all going to do this. And someone's like, that clock has, been broken for 30 years or whatever. So just like stuff like that where they build to a big moment and then deflate it. Which that humor does work better on adults. The only problem is it's a kind of a one-trick pony. So the one funny joke in the movie, you get used to. It's a bit predictable that anytime you can feel the movie building some momentum, it's going to try to undercut it. Outside of that, the issue is mainly that the characters are pretty flat. Some of the voice actors are doing their best. I'm not sure I can say that about Will Arnett. He does a better job as like a Batman. Here, he just kind of has like is it a Brooklyn accent? I don't know, he's just given some accent. Kathryn Heigl does fine. It's really Bobby Moynihan as the villain who goes like 110,000%. And a few other voice actors. They got Bobby Cannavale in there as like a bulldog, so he did pretty good. Maya Rudolph is good as another dog. So the voice actors are probably like the one saving grace for the most part in this movie, because most of the humor, while not necessarily juvenile, there's like a little bit of like, vomit and poop jokes in here. They're mainly just, not funny. It's very slapstick, but doesn't quite hit it for me. I don't know if I think slapstick is funnier when it's 2D animated versus 3D, like if it's weird that textures look real, but then characters are like, getting zonked out. Could be it. Who knows? As far as the deeper message goes, one thing I did appreciate in this movie, or at least caught my attention, was its sort of conservative central message. The movie makes a big point that the creatures, these rodents, are worse off when they're living off the fat of this nut shop that they're broken into. That makes them lazy and gluttonous. but that what they really need to do to be happy in life is actually work for their achievements. I think that's a good message for kids, that there's like a value towards, you know, doing things you don't necessarily want to do, like homework or whatever, because it will give you a good work ethic and you'll do better in life. The way it's depicted isn't that great, but I was kind of happy that that was the message, and that it didn't spend too much time with just a generic believe in yourself sort of thing. So on the whole, how would I rate The Nut Job? I would give The Nut Job...
It's just a movie. You don't have to be irate about it.
I would give The Nut Job one of those disappointing peanuts that you crack them open and there's only one nut, not two inside. I mean, it's like, at least I got a nut, but what happened to the other one?
Sounds just like a 2 out of 4 stars.
More like a 1 out of 4 stars. I know that the math
What
for
the
one
fuck?
nut out of 2 would be a 50, and then that'd be 2 out of 4 stars. The point is, I'm disappointed. It wasn't like a horrifying time for me, but it's not what I wanted. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Manhattan Project. We review a new movie every single day. So we got all kinds of fun stuff up on the channel right now. Wolf Warriors 2, Wind River, Ingrid Goes West. It's crazy. We just did The Nut Job. And we're going to be back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the